What's up, folks? This is Josh back here from Inside Wrestling Truth. Today we're going to be talking about the Randy Savage Macho Man story we got here on Blu-ray. I've been wanting to watch this for a while. I wanted to buy it, but my wife told me I couldn't buy it because Christmas was coming up, and I just got it. I just got done watching it. I thought this DVD was absolutely great. Here's the Blu-ray if you haven't seen it. You know, we got the 2 discs there. Here's the front. Detailed Macho Man there. This was a very good DVD. I spent like almost 8 hours watching this damn thing. The documentary has a documentary on it. It's pretty damn good. Ton of matches, and the thing I liked about this DVD, the matches on it, a lot of them aren't on it DVD anywhere else, so it was really cool to get that and to watch some of these old matches that had some of them never been released and some you just can't find anywhere, and a ton of Blu-ray extras on this thing. But let's talk about the documentary here for a minute. The documentary was absolutely great. From top to bottom, really goes detailing the Macho Man's life and his career in pro wrestling. I'm just going to run through the chapters here for the doc. We have Driven to Perfection, Bred to Achieve, Baseball Days, Transition into Wrestling, Developing the Macho Man, Earning the Rep, WrestleMania 3, his epic match with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, WWE and WWE champion. You know, a lot of people thought when he was champion that he wouldn't be able to carry the company like Hogan did, and he did just as well as Hogan did. Then we go to the Mega Powers, spokesperson, WCW, hardships, giving back, true love, May 20th, 2011. That's the day he passed away. And cream of the crop. Very good doc. Put together very good. And I like this doc because it was told by his mother and his brother, the genius Lanny Poffo, and a lot of the guys that had worked with him. Really cool to see that put into a documentary. I really enjoyed this, and it's one of my favorite docs ever, straight up. Let's go into some matches. First off, we have a few matches between Macho Man and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. These matches would lead up to the WrestleMania 3 event. First off, we have Superstars from November 1986. We have the Macho Man Randy Savage, like I said, versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. It's for the Intercontinental title. When these two guys wrestled, they just really worked magic. This was the match that where Steamboat, you know, would hit his throat, and this was the match that was really the beginning of their feud, man. Good stuff. We have WWE Intercontinental Championship Lumberjack match. Cool stuff from the Boston Garden, February of '87. We have Macho Man Randy Savage versus the great legendary Bruno Sammartino. Then we go to the WWE Intercontinental Championship match from Maple Leaf Gardens. This was the last match between these two before their historic match at WrestleMania 3 between the Macho Man and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Like I said, whenever these two guys wrestled, they just mixed really well. Just classic stuff, man, that we don't see anymore ever. Then we go from September '87. We have the Macho Man Randy Savage versus Harley Race. This is towards the end of Harley Race's career. Harley Race at this time wasn't the great performer that he was, but it was still a very solid, you know, old school wrestling match. Pretty good match in my opinion. Then we have the 6-man steel cage match from Boston Garden, March of '88. We have Macho Man Randy Savage and Strike Force versus Honky Tonk Man and Heart Foundation. You know, this is a 6-man tag match. Very good stuff. The last 2 wrestlers in the cage are Randy Savage and Honky Tonk Man. Just a good, you know, good old school shit, man. This is this stuff that you don't see or find anywhere else, and they threw it up on this DVD. We have Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ted DiBiase from this is for the WWF title from Boston Garden in July of '88. This match is very long, but it they do a fucking phenomenal job in the ring. Really good match. We have a WWF Championship Harlem Street Fight match from Maple Leaf Garden, January '89. We have Macho Man versus Bad News Brown. This is old school, but they were breaking out the tables and everything in this match. Good stuff, man. Like I said, stuff you can't find anywhere else. We have Macho Man Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan for the WWF title, Madison Square Garden, April of '89. This is right before WrestleMania 5. Like these are like hidden gems and shit in the you know, when it comes to the wrestling archives, shit like that. That's all for the first disc. After I watched the first disc, you know, I'm loving what I've seen so far. Really good stuff. Good documentary, classic wrestling matches. And I hadn't seen any of these matches anywhere, so that was a plus for me as well. Then we'll move into disc 2. We have the Macho Man Randy Savage versus Rowdy Piper from Miami, Florida, January of '90. Just more classic shit that was never released that you're able to find on this DVD. We have Macho Man vs. Shawn Michaels from Germany, April '92 for the WWF title. This is not long after Shawn Michaels became the Heartbreak Kid. This is one of the only matches that I had actually seen before I bought this DVD. It is from SummerSlam '92 for the WWF title. We have Macho Man vs. Ultimate Warrior. Anytime these two guys had feuds or got in the ring, it was great. They fit each other. You know, they like really gelled well in feuds and in the ring. And I really thought Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior really brought the best out of each other when they worked together. If you remember, this is where Warrior would win by a count out from interference from Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect. We have another WWF Championship match from Hershey, Pennsylvania, September of '92. We have champion Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ric Flair. This is where Savage would lose the belt to Ric Flair. You know, after he had won it at WrestleMania, that year of '92, he had beat Flair for it, and Flair had got it back. Macho Man and Flair are also two guys that, in my opinion, really, had great chemistry in the ring, and their matches were classics, man, straight up. We have Randy Savage versus Arn Anderson, WCW Saturday Night. This is for the World TV title from January '95. Macho Man hadn't been in the company that long, but Arn Anderson is a legendary wrestler, just like Macho Man. So whenever they got in the ring, it was going to be classic. No disappointment here. And this, if you think about it, it's a match between two guys that you never really got to see wrestle that much. And I just thought it was great that it was on this DVD. It's a match I don't remember watching. And it's a match that I'm glad to have part of my DVD collection. Then we have another match between Macho Man and Ric Flair. This is from Super Brawl 6. I know a lot of you guys remember this match. It's from February 11th, '96. This is in a steel cage between Macho Man and Ric Flair. I've seen this match numerous times. It's another classic. Then we have Macho Man versus DDP. This is from Halloween Havoc, October 26, 1997. This is a Las Vegas sudden death match. You know, if you know the story between DDP and Macho Man, Macho Man really taught DDP a lot about this business, and it's shown in his ring work. And they had some killer feuds back in the day, and this match was phenomenal. Now, Blu-ray exclusives, they have a ton on here. They have matches, they have everything you want to hear about. That's why I had to have the Blu-ray edition. Let's go to Blu-ray exclusives. We have 4 matches. Here's the first one. We have Macho Man vs. Hogan for the WWF title lumberjack match from Madison Square Garden, February of '86. Very great match. This is a great match. Old school shit that people have probably never seen, but it delivered. Just another great match. You know, like I said about the documentary, people would say, you know, that they didn't think that Macho Man would draw like Hogan did. Now, I know Hogan sold like millions and millions and millions of stuff, you know, merchandise and stuff like that. But like when it came to in the ring, Macho Man was so much better than Hulk Hogan. It wasn't even close. When we go to our second match on the Blu-ray exclusives, we have Macho Man Randy Savage versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Winner is the king of the WWE. Like I said, this is from October '89, Madison Square Garden. More classic wrestling. Macho Man will win and become, you know, he's still the Macho King before the match, and will continue to be the Macho King. Then we go to WCW. WCW Saturday Night, September '95. We have Macho Man and Sting versus the Blue Bloods. At this time, the Blue Bloods were Steven Regal and Bobby Eaton. More classic shit. And then from Nitro, December '97, we have Macho Man versus Booker T. We have a ton of Blu-ray exclusives on here. We have Card Shark, where we talk about like Macho Man would reel everybody in to get all the money in the middle of the table, and he would keep losing, and then at the end of the night, he would just take it all. Fearing the Savage, getting into the WWE. Snake Fixed. Jake the Snake Roberts has a really cool story about the Cobra deal, where Macho Man got bit by the Cobra, and the only way Macho Man will let the Cobra bite him is if Jake the Snake would have the Cobra bite Jake's leg beforehand. A safety net. Ted DiBiase really talking about how whenever he was in the ring with the Macho Man, he knew it was going to be good, he knew it was going to be classic, and he knew it was going to be safe. $100 bill guy. Like when they would go to a store or something, they would want Macho Man to buy something, and he would always say, all I have is 100, do you got change? And he knew nobody had change, so he never had to buy anything. Jerusalem was his favorite place to travel to. Highly competitive, no days off. Kevin Nash talks about no matter where he was at or what was going on, if somebody got injured and they needed to fill in on a house show, Macho Man was there. I'll talk about cowboy hats, part of the team, shifting gears, very generous. The Thanksgiving call, where DDP calls Macho Man and thanks him for everything he's done in his career. Walking away from the business, Michael Smith, who was some mark that just collected Macho Man merchandise, and leaving a macho tip for some young lady on her job that he used to babysit. This DVD is full of action. It's full of great stories. It's full of great matches. You know, I knew this DVD would be great. I knew it would not disappoint me at all, and I was right. If you got money and you want to go buy a new DVD wrestling and you haven't picked this up yet, I highly recommend it. The Randy Savage story by the Macho Man, It's a classic DVD. Great documentary. Killer matches. Macho Man was truly one of the greatest wrestlers to ever lace up the boots in this business. And I really miss the guys that could perform in the ring and give it 110% like this guy did. Definitely one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And this is a must buy. So I know you got Christmas money. Go buy it. This is Josh here, and I'll see you next time. Peace.